All right, now at 5:30, 3 people have been hurt this morning after their Jeep ran off a cliff and into the Kentucky River. We'll have more coming up in a live report.
Also on WKYT this morning, a woman has life-threatening injuries after a car ran into her in Lexington.
And we're learning more information about a deadly crash in Clinton County that killed an employee of the Russell County Sheriff's Department.
Tracking, alerting, protecting. This is WKYT This Morning.
Good morning and welcome into WKYT This Morning. Glad to have you with us. Here it is Tuesday, August 18th. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Rebecca Smith. Thanks so much for being here. A little bit of chance of rain for us today that we have to contend with.
Yeah, and a little fog out there this morning very early, so if you're going to be heading out, keep that in mind. Meteorologist Micah Harris is on duty in our First Alert Weather Center.
Yeah, and that's what we're looking outside on these sky cams. Most of these sky cams are showing up pretty well. Now, the fog issue, it's very patchy, but there is some there. Temperatures are sitting in the upper 60s to around 70 degrees, and the roadways look pretty good. However, if you're looking down toward the south and the east, that's where we're having some sprinkles, light showers. It's not much, it's just there, so heads up for that as you're walking out the door this morning. Planning your day. We head into the afternoon. Afternoon and evening is when this rain fades down toward the south and east. And remember, most of this today is still a small chance, but most of it today is going to be for the south and eastern zones. Not so much bluegrass, including Lexington. That's only a very, very slight chance of rain, 10%. That's about it. Off into the night and into tomorrow morning, it looks like things are drying out. But that's just kind of the calm before the storm. I'll show you some thunderstorms in a forecast and if we're expecting severe weather coming up.
Okay, see you then. Thank you.
Yeah, new this morning, 3 people are in the hospital after their Jeep crashed into the Kentucky River.
This happened about 1:30 this morning in Jessamine County, just off Lock 7 Road there in the river. This is where this accident happened. WKYT's Mark Barber is live now from UK Hospital where the victims were taken. Mark, how did the victims make it to safety?
Good morning, Bill. Firefighters say it was very difficult, but they were able to pull those 3 people up over a very steep and rocky cliff and get them to safety by setting up a rope system. Now those 3 people are being treated here at UK Hospital. A woman who was knocked out during the crash was flown here, and 2 other men who were also in the Jeep are being treated here as well. Firefighters say the crash happened around 1:30 this morning when their Jeep ran off Lock 7 Road in Wilmore, went over a cliff, and crashed into the Kentucky River. The cliffs in that area can have steep drops, up to 75 feet at times. Crews say when the Jeep landed in the water, the woman was knocked out, so one of the men grabbed her and they all made it to the riverbank. Firefighters rushed to the cliff when someone who was nearby called 911.
When we made it to the riverbank, the female patient that was unconscious was still partially in the water. We completely removed her out of the water at that time and started patient packaging. She was semi in and out of consciousness throughout the rescue.
Now, firefighters say the 3 people who were injured in this crash, they think they will all survive. They say at this time it appears as if their injuries are not life-threatening. Live in Lexington, Mark Barber, WKYT.
All right, thanks so much, Mark. A woman has been seriously hurt after being hit by a car in Lexington. The crash happened around 9:50 last night at the intersection of New Circle Road and North Broadway. Police say the woman was crossing North Broadway when the car hit her. We're told she was not using the crosswalk. She was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. The driver of the car has agreed to a blood test. No charges have been filed at this time.
And there's been a bad crash in Clinton County, and it has killed a member of the Russell County Sheriff's Department.
39-year-old Sean Matthew Cook of Jamestown was killed when his pickup ran into a dump truck. This morning, we're learning more about Cook. WKYT's Hillary Thorne's at our live desk with this new information.
Good morning, Rebecca and Bill. The Russell County Sheriff's Office is dealing with the loss of one of their own after that deadly crash. And we have now learned Deputy Sean Cook also served his community as a firefighter. The 39-year-old worked several years for the Russell Springs Fire Department and had served as court security and a transport deputy with the Sheriff's Office since 2010. Investigators say the crash on US 127 in Clinton County involved a dump truck and 2 pickups. It happened about 1 mile north of the Tennessee state line when Kentucky State Police say Cook attempted to pass a pickup when he then collided head-on with a fully loaded dump truck. The Russell County Sheriff's Office says Deputy Cook was off duty and driving his personal vehicle at the time of the crash. Now, thankfully, no one else involved was injured in that crash. Bernard Funeral Home in Russell Springs is handling funeral arrangements for Deputy Cook. At the live desk, Hillary Thornton, WKYT.
Hillary, thank you very much. 5:35 now on WKYT this morning. Police are calling it a disturbing discovery. They say they found a disabled woman starving and locked in a closet in a Michigan home. Michigan police say they went to Candy Lawson's home after a handyman reported finding a woman locked up, and they have now charged Lawson with abuse. Police say the suspect and her sister used to live here in Kentucky, in Frankfort, and they think the abuse may have started there. Those who knew Lawson say they never realized that Lawson's sister was even living at the home.
She always talked about going back home, you know, because she had to go help take care of her sister and spend time with her sister and stuff like that. I'd been at her home and everything, you know, here, but her sister was always in Michigan.
Franklin County Sheriff Pat Melton says his office did respond to some complaints at Lawson's home when she lived here in Kentucky, but he says none of the issues involved Lawson's sister.
A Laurel County father's in jail after police say someone found his toddler wandering alone outside. The Laurel County Sheriff's Office charged 25-year-old Danny Jones, Jr. with endangering the welfare of a minor and public intoxication. Deputies say a woman on Delbert Hodge Road found the 23-month-old child crying on her front porch Sunday afternoon. They say the child was only wearing a dirty diaper and appeared to be hungry and thirsty. Deputies say when they went to Jones's home next door, he told them he'd just woken up and thought the child was supposed to be with the mother. The child is now with other family members. We're tracking a developing international story this morning out of Thailand.
Right, a huge bomb that appeared to target a popular Hindu shrine in Bangkok has killed at least 22 people and wounded about 120 more. Officials believe the attack was aimed at destroying the country's vital tourism industry. They say it was a pipe bomb wrapped in a white cloth that possibly came from a motorcycle. In the last hour, authorities have reported another explosion at a pier, but no injuries have been reported there.
A disturbing case out of Ohio this morning. A man in Fairfax could face an arson charge after setting his home on fire with his newborn daughter inside. 27-year-old Eric Graham is pleading not guilty to domestic violence and child endangerment charges. Police say late last month he was arguing with his wife when he set a pile of his clothes on fire right outside his baby's bedroom. One of the family's neighbors says she's talked to Graham's wife moments after it happened.
And the baby was just screaming, and she told me that he had punched both of his flat screens and just was tearing things up. And she was just crying and hugging me and said, why is this happening?
According to an incident report, Graham's wife told police they were arguing over relationship issues, and she was afraid for her and her daughter's safety. But police say in court she's taken back those statements.
A federal judge has issued a new two-part ruling in the case of the Rowan County clerk. Her office is not issuing marriage licenses. Judge David Bunning denied a stay on the injunction that ordered Kim Davis to issue the marriage licenses, but he immediately issued a temporary stay on his ruling so that the U.S. 6th Circuit Court of Appeals can review the case. The judge said because there are constitutional issues involved and because emotions on both sides of the debate are running high, he decided to issue the temporary stay. It appears for now Davis's office won't have to issue any marriage licenses until the appeals court reviews the case.
A Woodford County high school student is proposing changes to the school's dress code. According to our partners at the Herald Leader, the school will consider the proposal from 16-year-old Maggie Sinceri and report back next month. The debate over the code began when one Woodford County mother, Stacy Dunn, posted a petition on change.org seeking support to change the dress code. The school's code criteria includes no V-neck shirts and requires knee length or longer skirts. Nearly 4,000 people have signed that petition.
The Pulaski County Sheriff's Office has a warning for people who post pictures of crashes on Facebook. Investigators say people sometimes post those pictures before police or other emergency crews even arrive at the scene of a crash. They say some relatives of crash victims show up at the scene and get in the way of emergency crews. Police say taking a picture of a crash or posting it online could cause you to be called in as a witness in a court case. Police also say if you shoot video at a crash scene while driving, you could be charged with a misdemeanor crime.
Interesting to know. Well, the face of Kentucky Fried Chicken is getting yet another makeover. Actor Norm Macdonald will portray a revamped Colonel Sanders for Kentucky Fried Chicken. The fast food chain reintroduced the iconic promotional figure 3 months ago. Colonel Sanders hadn't been portrayed by an actual actor or been the central feature of a promotional spot for decades. Macdonald's fellow Saturday Night Live alum Daryl Hammond had been portraying Sanders in TV spots. Macdonald took over for Hammond with the premiere of a new ad on Sunday night. This story kind of stumped me. I was like, why would they go from one SNL alum to another? I guess they're looking for work, I guess.
I guess it's interesting. Of course, you know, back in the day, Colonel Sanders did his own commercials. You know,
oh, I'm sure.
It was actually him.
I'm sure.
You know? So I guess everybody's trying to reach that level.
Yeah.
5:40 the time, 20 before 6 on WKYT, and let's check live drive traffic and see what's going on.
Not a whole lot of action, as you can see from the Waze map, but we do want to pass along that fog is an issue this morning. Watch out for thick patches in low-lying areas. We're also seeing 2 stalled vehicles on the interstate near North Broadway and Newtown Pike near Lexington.
All right, everybody, pack your patience this morning with that fog and be careful on your way in. Good to have you along on WKYT this morning.
For the first time in the organization's history, 2 women have reached the elite status of Army Ranger. We'll have details in 5 minutes.
And we're seeing that rain out and about down toward the south and the southeast. Now, here's the deal. This is your best chance of rain is for the area down south and southeast, but this is your driest day in the forecast. Well, at least the next few days. I'll have that wet weather coming up.